This is the other thing that really hit me last night when you look at the NFL. And same thing, because it's like the NBA right now, where it does feel like there's only 5 teams. Go look at the odds for next year. There are only 6 teams that are less than plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl. I bet you could guess which 6 they are. In fact, let's go ahead. Game show music, please.
Oh, look at that.
If you would, there are only 6 teams that are less than plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl next year. Who do you think they are?
Well, I'll go with Chiefs, Bills, Bengals.
That's
just to
correct.
And I'll go Niners.
Correct.
Now it gets a little bit more.
Not really. You're missing one obvious one.
Philly.
Thank you. There's 5.
Okay.
There's only one more.
And, would it be an AFC team? I guess the Cowboys?
Well done, my friend. There's your 6.
I guess the Cowboys.
Well, and
are they 25-1?
No, they're less. They're plus 1,200.
Who's the 25-1 in that group?
No, I said there are 6 teams that are less than plus 2,500.
Gotcha.
So at 2,500 is where Chargers and Ravens come into play.
That's where the group comes.
There are 6 below that, and the Cowboys are not the 6th best team necessarily, but they're in the NFC.
True.
And this is the point. Jalen Hurts has now established himself as a good quarterback here. Who else in the NFC has? Go ahead.
Let's go through the West. Calamari, out.
Right.
Matthew Stafford, maybe out. Geno Smith, will he resign?
Don't even know what team he's on.
49ers, who you got?
Injury questions.
Packers, ayahuasca.
Might leave.
Kirk Cousins.
Legit. Okay.
Legit to quit.
But legit what? Legit like good.
Legit for the sake of this conversation.
Right. Good when the lights don't come on.
Jared Goff, great year, great story.
Absolutely.
Been to a Super Bowl. Okay,
and
I was going to leave that there. I know his father, so I'm going to be as kind as I can.
Okay.
I grew up with his dad.
Whoop.
Justin Fields, love him, but highly limited.
Yeah.
To the South we go. Tampa Bay.
You can stop right there. To the South we go. There are no quarterbacks, period.
I don't know who Tampa's quarterback is.
Exactly.
Steve DeBerg? Is he still there?
Same sentence for all 4 teams.
New Orleans?
I don't know who their quarterback is.
He looks good. Carolina.
Don't know who their quarterback is.
Jake Delhomme coming off
Kerry
of
Collins.
Yeah, Kerry Collins is even better. I can't even think about the NFC
Falcons, NFC East. Okay, you got Hurts. You got Dak.
Yeah, that's great.
And?
You got Dak and Jalen. Assuming he resigns.
Right.
And
Daniel Jones.
The Fighting Heinekes.
It's probably not going to be him.
So Kirk Cousins right now is the 2nd best quarterback in the NFC.
Did you hear?
Am I wrong?
That sentence.
Well, I said it, so of course I heard
it. The 49ers.
Then I said it.
The 49ers have got to do this real soon because there is absolutely, I'm not going to say nothing, there is so little in their way right now. We ended up getting the game we wanted, and then it didn't look like we wanted it to look. Eagles, 49ers. There is so little reason right now, and there's a long offseason with changes and things will happen. We know that better than anyone because the 49ers have been through 4 quarterbacks this year. So the journey and the story needs to unfold. But there are so little in the 49ers' way right now in the NFC. There are so few teams that are even capable of going on a Super Bowl run. It is the NBA right now. You can look at it and go, you got 3 or 4 teams in each conference that are even believable. And the 49ers are very, very clearly one of them. Their only question is, can they have health at the quarterback position? And the guy they think is their guy, can he be ready in time? They're optimistic, but there are many bricks to lay on that story still this offseason. So that's what came to mind yesterday. I'm like, look, if you end up against a Mahomes or an Allen or a Burrow in the Super Bowl, sure, that's challenging. It's the Super Bowl. It should be challenging. But the 49ers, in theory, really only have 1 or 2 teams to beat. No wonder they go to the NFC title game every year. There's no one in their way. So they got to get this done.
Yeah.
They got to get this done.
And this done, you mean the surgery. They got to get this done.
No, I mean a ring on the finger.
Well, first and foremost, you got to get this done, which is surgery to Brock, and then we can determine whether or not Brock will be ready. And if he's not ready, then we look at Trey Lance. Can Trey Lance play himself into a spot where he can be QB1? And if he can't, if you don't believe that, 49ers, then you got to go out and, quote, get this done which is get another quarterback in here. So I like what you're saying in terms of get this done. But before they're able to get this done, which, by the way, is a year from now when they would be able to make it to the Super Bowl and, quote, get this done, the quest for 6, there are so many get this dones that have to happen before that. First and foremost is surgery to Brock Purdy
9 days.
next Monday. Oh, it's next Wednesday.
Right, I think. February 22nd, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
But to your point about the NFC, the last NFC team to repeat as Super Bowl participants, the Seattle Seahawks. And we're going back almost a decade now. So the NFC is you're here for a year and you're gone. Because after Seattle went to back-to-back, it was Carolina, Atlanta, Philly, Rams, Niners, Tampa, Rams, Eagles. No team has gone back-to-back as participants since Seattle.
Well, I got Ephraim to take this bet last night. He was like, Jay,
duped him. You goaded him into it.
Yeah. So Ephraim Salam, who I do the Fox show with on Sunday, and we did. Yeah, you duped me into that, Kyle. Kyle's like, you got to tell everybody who Ephraim is, and then I do it, and then you guys make fun of me for saying who he is.
We don't make fun of you. We accentuate it with the appropriate. Whoop.
I have a national radio show on Sunday.
Momo wasn't available?
And Momo was not available this time and works for a different network. And we specially moved the show last night because I was too busy winning prop pools and square pools.
Oh, we'll get into that.
In your face in the middle of the game. So we did the show 8 to 11 last night.
It was a fix.
So Ephraim.
The fix was in.
Ephraim's like, look, Jalen Hurts rode back to the Super Bowl. Like Patrick Mahomes might be Jordan, but Jalen Hurts' road is easier because of what we're talking about. What's in the NFC? And I said, well, you're right, but you also know that that's not how it works. Like, it's not just you just show up and then go to the Super Bowl. Like, you got to get all the breaks and all the things that happen. And so I said, you're right with your point, but I'll take the field. And he goes, I'll do it. I'll take the Eagles.
No, Ephraim.
NFC champion next year. He's got the Eagles. I've got the field. Ephraim playing the role of guru in the Warriors.
Man.
With that bet last night.
I can't believe that you actually took that bet as a friend and as a coworker.
Well, you've seen me, man. I'm ruthless.
That's dirty.
I'll invite you to the house and take your money.
That's beyond ruthless. That's just straight up filth. Is
people
what
are
that
like,
is.
What? People go, what can I bring? And I go, your wallet.
Dude, exactly.